Here we have an iPad 8 that came in for no power. The iPad has never been opened before, and the motherboard looks mint. Everything looks perfect. No signs of fault anywhere on the board. And right now, when we plug the charging cable, we are reading 5 volts at 0 amps. No amp draw at all. Let's quickly take a look at the board. I already did with my eyes, and I did not see anything obvious. If that iPad was open before, we would investigate more. The shield has not been taken off. Only Big Boss removed the motherboard. And for the most part, the iPad is sealed. What's this here? Could this be an indication of liquid damage? Maybe not. Right now, the smart and logical thing to do, without wasting time, would be to change the charging port. It's a Flux cable that solders on to about 63, 65 pins from the back here. I think that's the one logical thing to do right now. And maybe we should do that. Instead of wasting time trying to figure out why we have a 0 amp charge, we're going to replace the connector and see what happens. I do not have a reason to believe that we have anything else wrong with the board. A 0 amp charge almost always indicates a problem with either the Flux cable or the TriStar IC. Big Boss said the TriStar IC tested good, so we're gonna go for the charging Flux. I just want to check on the battery connector, make sure everything is good here. Because if we have issues with the pins, then the battery is not gonna make a good connection and we may not get a charge. That's possible, but the connector looks mint. And like I said, this tablet has never been opened before. So why would the connector get damaged? We just exposed the pins. So 23 and 24, we have 67 pins on this charging Flux. We have to desolder the cable. We have to desolder 67 pins, clean under, and solder a new connector. So let's see how lucky we are feeling today. We'll change in the connector, fix the problem. One way to find out. We're going to start by applying Flux. Then we're going to apply the magical low melt solder. And fume extractor on. I just want low melt solder to make its way all the way through the holes. And then the Flux cable is not only connected via the solder pads that you see here, but also it's connected by glue. So we have to go under that Flux cable. See how we have that glue that's holding the cable with the motherboard? Now we're going to stick a spudger in between the cable and the board. And those spudgers, we sell them on our site. They come 5 in a package. And those spudgers or prying tools are double-headed, dual-headed. We have 1, 2. We have this one, which I used for applying solder paste for reballing. Same here. You have this. You have this. And you have this one, and this one, and you have this one, and this one. All of them, they come in one package. Just log into our site, NorthridgeFix.com, click on shop. You can purchase all your tools from there. Everything from soldering stations, hot air stations, thermal camera, power supply, Flux, tweezers, this amazing microscope, the articulating arm, ring light, anti-glare light, everything. Just add to cart, check out, pay, and we almost always ship out same day. So we're gonna put this pry tool right under the cable, and then we can go like this. Or we can apply hot air. But low melt will do the job. We're not forcing that cable. We want to make sure that solder liquefies or low melt liquefies before we go under. We do not want to rip any pads, and it's very easy to rip pads. If you have not done this before, you need to be very careful. The method I'm using takes practice. And let's move to the left. And the connector is just stuck by glue. Done. We did the whole process using low melt solder. We did not even use hot air. I keep mentioning the magic of low melt solder. For those of you doing this as a hobby or in the same type of field, you can benefit from those tools that will make your job a lot easier. If you are not a repair person, you would of course mail your stuff here and we do it for you if it's practical or economical to repair. Do not send a $20 device and ask how much is it to fix it. If it's data recovery, it's gonna cost you a lot more than what that device cost. If you just wanna fix it for the sake of fixing it, like some people mail game controllers for repair. That game controller is how much? $40? $50? How much is it gonna cost to open it, take out the board, fix the board, reassemble it, ship it? It's not worth it. We do not take those in. If you have a $300 controller, 300 plus, then yes, maybe. Like we got an iPhone 4 last week. And how much is the iPhone 4 right now? You can go to eBay and buy it for $20, $30, $10. To disassemble the iPhone 4, it's a lot of work. We have to take out the motherboard, then we have to go under the microscope, we have to get a circuit diagram, a board view diagram, try to figure out what's going on and why that phone is not powering on. You think I'm gonna do this to fix a phone that costs $20? If I'm gonna spend the time to work on that phone to recover data, it's gonna cost the customer a lot of money because I'm investing a lot of my time trying to figure it out. And those older phones are not easy to work with. The customer starts off by saying, oh, it's only an iPhone 4. It really does not cost much if I want to buy another one. So why didn't you buy another one? Why did you bring it here to fix it? Are you trying to save money? And then they admit it's data recovery. All right, now we're talking. So you want data recovery. You do not want to fix the phone. You do not care about the phone. And then you have to read the terms to the customer that we're not fixing this so you can use it. We're not fixing any camera issues. We're not fixing any microphone issues, because you can do the job for the customer and he comes back and tell you the camera is not working or the microphone is not working. What do you think? We fixed the phone so you can use it? So even though this stuff is obvious, you still have to explain to the customer what you're doing, the terms, the repair attempt fee if it's a no fix, and all that stuff. We've been in this business for over 10, 11 years, and we always update our terms. Always updating our terms to protect our interest. Because just when you think that you know everything about customers, you get this one customer that breaks all the rules. You know how in mathematics you have that equation where all the scientists agreed on that specific equation, but you have that one exception. You cannot use that equation with that specific scenario. Same thing with customers. Not all customers are the same, and you're gonna have that one customer that's an exception. And those are the customers that we do not like to work with. Just better for that customer to go somewhere else than cause you the trouble. That 1% customer can cause you 100% of your headaches. And now everything that we do is headache free because everything is going by our rules. If it's gonna be a headache, or a customer cannot wait, or whatever the case may be, just send the device back to the customer and next. And now we're gonna solder a new Flux cable, and we have to align it. And how do you align this cable? We do not just magically align it like this and guess, is this pad aligning with this pad on the board? We do not do that. So we have to look at the windows that you see here and here. They must align here and here. So let's do it. Now it looks like the window right there. See? In our case here, we are not able to see the window clearly. So we use our anti-glare light and see if that will work. Some of those cables, they have open windows, but this one, it has a closed window and the window is cloudy. It's not too clear. Let's try our anti-glare light like this and see if that makes any difference. Right there. And what about this one? This here is aligned, the one on the right. And the one on the left is aligned as well. I'm gonna press on the Flux cable. Okay, I think I moved. Let me check one more time, make sure it's aligned, and yes, the cable is aligned. I'm gonna press on it, apply some Flux on the first few pins, and I'm gonna tap with my soldering iron over the pads. Just tap, tap, tap. We want that cable to hold. And now we can let go. Great. Apply Flux all over. And let's make this better than factory. Right, I'm gonna get a smaller tip. And for my NF.mini pen, I need to cut a hole through my gloves. Because NF Mini is capacitive touch, we need to touch the skin with this button. We do not need to press on the button, just touch that button. So I cut a hole right there, and now I can touch that button on my NF.mini pen. Because I think some viewers asked on our forum if they can use NF Mini using gloves. You cannot. You need to cut a hole or just remove the glove. It's capacitive touch. No need to press the button, just put your finger over the button. And I love that feature because it saves the tip from going bad quick. When the pen is not in use and you do not have your finger on the button, the pen is gonna shut off or it's gonna go to sleep. Just imagine the pen did not have that feature and you left the pen on. You're gonna come back after 2 hours and the tip is gone. It's burnt. That's why the tips on this pen, they last over 6 months. I mean, I used my tip every single day and it lasted about 6-7 months. So for a person who does not use it every day, it could last over a year. It depends on usage. I use this pen every single day, every single repair. And one more layer. Make sure everything is better than factory. And beautiful. Let's clean up, and hopefully that works. Back to the ring light. And look at this. Look at those joints. Amazing. Amazing. Now, since I'm a perfectionist, I would like to add just a tiny bit more solder right here, because everything else, all the pins are wow. But this one, it looks like it's on a diet. Done. I really did not have to do that. But now we're all good. Beautiful. Tell me this is not better than factory. Say it. You can't. We're done. I'm gonna hand this over to Big Boss to reassemble and test, and I'll be back to finish the video. All right, good news. Big Boss is charging the tablet, and he just called up on me. He said the tablet is on and working. Look at this. It's currently charging at 5 volts, 1.8 amps, and the tablet is fully functional. We do not have the digitizer connected yet, and that's why you see that thing go back and forth. But the tablet is working. Great job. Amazing. Thank you, Big Boss. Boss of all bosses. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think. Leave it down in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll do something else in the next video.